On this edition of Inside Sierra, we look at the changes to Winterfest this year, dive into the world of eSports, and discuss the dangers of the dreaded disease, Senioritis.
Promise that you'll catch me.
Welcome to our first episode of Inside Sierra. After 2 years of pandemic learning, it is time to get back to normal. Part of doing this is bringing back some of Wolf Den News' favorite segments and shows. We're excited to get started and bring you stories from around campus and Manteca.
Sierra High is often built on tradition. For over 25 years, Sierra has nominated and voted on homecoming and Winterfest royalty in the traditional way that high schools have since the beginning of time. However, with restrictions imposed due to COVID-19, the leadership class had to get creative this year with Winterfest plans. Instead of the traditional voting system, they devised a plan that would boost participation and make Winterfest royalty about school spirit and not popularity.
This Winterfest, the leadership class decided to change up how royalty is elected. Instead of reverting back to the old ways where people vote, leadership used a new point system where students can participate in lunchtime activities to win Winterfest royalty.
How we came up with the point system was we looked at how people participate usually, which is through the clothing and the dress-up days, and also the LTAs. So we decided to add points for dressing up and for participating in games, and then if you dress up to a certain extent and it's like where you can really tell you dressed up and tried, then it's 2 points, and if you win a game and you have more participation, then it's another 2 points.
Many things have influenced leadership to change the point system this year, including the COVID-19 virus and its new guidelines.
Well, what a major impact that influenced our decision in changing royalty this year was mostly because of COVID guidelines. We weren't able to do a traditional dance or a traditional rally, so that pushed us and our creativity to go outside the box and try to do something different this year. Thus far, it's working out pretty well, and it definitely does encourage more student participation. So just because of tradition, we might go back to the old royalty system, but we will definitely do this again in the future.
From student involvement to COVID-19, many things have affected the traditional ways of royalty selection. We will keep you updated on whether this new point system will be Sierra's new tradition. For Wolf Den News, this was Alex Chapman and Mai Merlo.
Here are your important dates coming up at Sierra High in February. GradCap applications are due today, February 18th. Peer resource staff applications are also due today, February 18th. Monday, February 21st is another holiday and there is no school. Wednesday, February 23rd is a late start Wednesday. Yearbook staff applications deadline has been extended to Friday, February 25th. And finally, March 1st is the final day for seniors to purchase their cap and gowns.
As eSports increases in popularity across the nation, it has also gained momentum here at Sierra. Although the eSports Club has faced many challenges along the way, the Rocket League and League of Legends teams are now on the rise. Not only is eSports a great outlet, it also provides many different opportunities to students interested. Here with more is Kylie Justice and Roman Witt.
Technology has been integrated into our society in recent years. What was once something fun to play on the weekends now has become a huge sport. One intriguing development is in the world of gaming. What once was a simple pastime evolved into a multi-billion-dollar competitive sports, complete with stadiums, sponsors, jersey, cash prize, trophies, and more. Gaming is being taken more seriously as its promise grows, and right now, its potential for entertainment is skyrocketing. Only in the past couple of years has eSports been considered a sport in our school. We are going to see how Sierra has jumped into the world of gaming.
eSports is an organization or just another sport that we all play at school. Many kids are able to join if they want to. We play video games and we have fun after school. Currently, we do have 7 players, 5 play, 2 are sitting out. They're pretty good still, it's just how we rotate. We try to get everybody that we can to play. We don't want anybody not playing or anybody not really trying, anybody not having fun. We want people to be happy, we want people to be positive. And it is open to as many players as we can get. More the better for this sport.
Currently right now, most of January and February, early February, is preseason, and then very soon, in the next 2 weeks, we're actually going to be going into the actual season, and then a couple months later into the tournament bracket. There's lots of possible opportunities. I know the military has actually reached out to us to try to recruit people that are well informed with technology, and also if you are very good at a game, that you could potentially get a scholarship at colleges to play for them professionally. Our school laptops, while they work, they're not particularly great for games, or built for it at least.
Esports in our school is an infant at this point, and with infancy comes obstacles.
It was really slow. It was also really hard to just focus on that screen. The brightness levels were not great, and this is a dark game. It's like a jungle, a big map. We couldn't really see much. It was hard to navigate. They were laggy. Sometimes our devices would just shut down. The devices are known to have problems already, so upgrading how we did was very amazing, and I really thank the principals for that. We're pretty good right now. We just got the new PCs. I feel like we're set for right now, but if we were, it would just be spent on monitors, maybe some desks, and some chairs.
I think it's worth looking into a potential upgrade, but the price of computers right now is incredibly high. So I feel like to realistically get us all new computers again, or even in the future, it's fairly unlikely, especially since I feel like a lot of the people that we have now are very content with what we have and what we've already been given. I think what we've been given already is more than enough that we should need to get to the point of not being stopped by our resources rather than just our skill level as players.
With other esports programs following a specific season, it is interesting that Sierra doesn't follow the same seasons like most leagues or other sports do. The question is, does Sierra plan on at least adding more games to the roster?
Most of the times it's more or less because a lot more people are available, and also to try to not conflict with other sports that may be going on. That way we can get as many people as possible.
Currently right now we have Rocket League and League of Legends. We have been planning on adding Valorant or another first-person shooter game. Kids tend to like those games more. Right now we do have a small team because League of Legends isn't too popular, same with Rocket League. But since the guidelines don't really allow shooter games, it's hard to get them in.
Well, while a lot of colleges actually accept scholarships for games like Overwatch and Fortnite, because there's, obviously a lack of blood, so they want trying to convince them that it is a similar concept with Valorant, and so trying to make the point that they're very similar in their level of violence, in a sense, so there's no reason it should not be allowed. I would like to hope that they would eventually allow shooter games, because I feel like a lot of them focus less on violence than just team communication and trying to get better as a player, just in a general sense. But I could understand why they wouldn't involve certain games. It is ultimately up to the school district to decide whether or not we expand in games.
So our practice schedule is Monday and Thursdays, I believe. I know Mondays are for sure, Thursdays I don't know. But Mondays we practice in the morning and we practice after school. And then Tuesdays are match days. Every Tuesday we do have a match right after school.
With esports gaining momentum at Sierra, they are always looking for new players. If you want to get in on the fun, contact Mrs. Pewitt at dpewitt@musd.net. Reporting for Wolf Den News, this was Roman and Kylie.
Seniors, the application deadline for decorating your cap for graduation is today. Do not miss the important deadline.
Many students here at Sierra drive themselves to school, parking their car in the student lot. While many cars are average for the teenage lifestyle, some are a little more over the top with flashy modifications.
My name is Joshua Martinez, and I drive a 91 Chevy S10. It was actually a birthday present. I got it when I was a freshman, and my dad took me, and it was a funny story. He showed me a beat-up truck, and then I didn't really like it, but then he surprised me with this. It was originally white with chrome rims, and so that's what made me want to buy it.
After receiving this gift, Josh decided that the stock truck would not do. After much deliberation, he decided on a few modifications for his truck.
I actually done quite a few. Obviously the paint didn't come like that. Just basic stuff, all cosmetics and stuff like that. But I'm working on doing a engine swap with the 5.3 LS, so that's the next goal for the truck.
With all these modifications planned for the future, this truck is in good hands.
I always want to. I hope to keep this truck around. Obviously I'm gonna get a good daily, a little Honda or something like that. But I always want this truck to just to have it for memories and stuff, because it's a big story in my life. So, yeah.
Reporting for Wolf Den News, this was Omar Habibi.
While the world struggles with a once-in-a-100-year pandemic, seniors at Sierra High School are struggling with a more seasonal condition, senioritis. It is that time of year when completing work becomes difficult and seniors are feeling the pressure to finish strong, but just can't quite find the motivation. Here to explore the topic more are A.B. Alcaraz, Jose Lazoya, Lucas Stackpole, and Jimmy Tutt.
Around this time, seniors tend to get lazy and stop trying in school. Therefore, their academics plummet. This is called senioritis.
So senioritis is a sort of phenomena that occurs usually the second term, sometimes first term, but usually the second term of the school year for seniors. And it usually looks like a drop in performance, achievement, actually being here on campus. So senioritis is kind of like you're ghosting. They're kind of like, where did Billy go? Or where did Sarah go? Like it's a drop in performance and attendance.
Yes, I do feel like I have senioritis because I just show up to school and don't do a lot of my work. I feel like what causes senioritis is knowing that this is our last year and that we're about to enter adulthood, so you just want to feel like a kid one more time.
I feel like I have senioritis because I'm just on autopilot. I'm just cruising through the year. Just being a senior in general, I have easy classes. I'm just getting through it.
With time running out for seniors, at some point they have to flip the switch before it's too late to get back on track for graduation.
I do feel like I'm overcoming senioritis because I'm actually starting to do my work and starting to actually care about school a little more.
Yeah, I think most seniors, they have this little dip. If you're looking at it on a graph, a little dip in performance, and then usually something happens. They hit a wall, which means that all of a sudden they got a C in a class. They should be getting an A, or maybe a behavior problem, attendance issue, and then it goes back up, and then they get it back together, right, in April and finish strong. Some do. I think a majority handle that senioritis. It's just like any of us. We all have, things we go through, and that's just one of the things we go through. And it kind of determines if you're able to make it and turn your course and finish strong, then you're stronger for it, and you'll identify that type of thing later on in life. Those that aren't able to figure it out, then it's a skill, really being able to fight through challenges, and so it can be they have to learn it down the road. So it can be a positive.
This was Lucas, Jimmy, Jose, and AB reporting from Wolf Den News.
Thank you for joining us for our first episode of Inside Sierra.
We hope you enjoyed it and will tune in March 4th for our next episode.
See you next time, Sierra.
Promise that you'll catch me. Promise that you'll catch me.